Hello everyone, we're going to do a video tonight on oyster knives and shucking oysters, and what I have found that works good for me. I don't know if it works for everybody, but I'm not a great shucker. When we first started oyster farming and we were starting to eat some of our oysters, we were kind of scared to shuck them, and so he pretty much limited us to just steamed oysters. And so they, would pop open a little bit, and the steamer, we would take them and use this knife to cut the the tissue so we can open up the oyster. What I have learned also, this is not a great knife for shucking oysters. I've gotten better at it, and don't use this one at all. Sometimes we use this one if we want to try to go fast. I pop them open, then Leanne takes and cuts the connective tissue with this one. But that's when we're tag teaming it. Second knife I got was this one right here. It's pretty good, but it doesn't have a long blade on it enough, and it's not very sharp. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit wide, but it's not very sharp. So one time I was at a little store and bought this thing. And you can see it is bent, but still does a great job shucking oysters, relatively inexpensive. I like this for two different reasons, but I ended up getting this one. And I'm going to show you why I like this one. This one gives you a lot of pressure to open. This one does not. It's really hard when you got a good strong oyster to open it up. So what I would have to do is grab it like this and then open up the oyster. But the one thing I really like about this was sharp. You could get into the hinge really easy. With this, and it does real good. But you do notice it's not very thick. So I ended up buying this one online. You can get it online on Amazon. And this is absolutely a lot better knife. Also want to kind of show you, this came together as a kit. And what you're supposed to do is you put the oyster in here and then open it up. What I noticed was my oysters are too long. I guess if you had a small oyster like this and then you jam it in there, that's not so bad. It's kind of pretty good so you don't jam and cut yourself. But I find it too cumbersome, especially with a large oyster. It doesn't work. The best thing I found is get your oyster knife that has a sharp blade but thick. This one bends, as you can see it's bent. Every time I'd have to get a pair of pliers and rebend it. But I ended up getting this one, and just kind of wanted to show you that you don't have to be scared about it. What you want to do is get in here and push hard down like that. Don't go like this so you can stab yourself. Hold your oyster like this, does good. And I also like to have a pair of gloves on. My girlfriend makes me wear them. Don't really like wearing them, but oh well. So you just go down first, and then sometimes it won't go. Just keep on pushing down, and pop. There you go. And what you notice is still hard to open. So you come on down your I'll wipe this one off so to keep all the grit out. And then I just come on down and run it down and cut that connective tissue, and comes off real easy. Now you'll notice when you're shucking the oyster and it still feels like it won't open and you got your knife in there and you're prying on it, if you slide it down and cut that connective tissue, the oyster releases itself, comes out really good. Guys, I also want y'all to notice, if you look at these oysters over here, I pulled out 10 oysters tonight, and I've got 42 spats that are growing on that. Now what we will do is, after I shuck these oysters are still alive, I put about a oyster reef. Kind of wanted to show you when I talk about the oyster reef. Let me get something on real fast. And buy these bags online. They're dirt cheap. You can get like 100 of them for like basically maybe 8 cents a piece, something like that. So, but what we do is to keep our oyster reef alive, with all our spats that are still alive, we just fill them on up. And then I'll go up tonight and I'll toss it over into my oyster reef. So, a little bit about it again. Invest in a good knife. I didn't spend this much. I think it was $14 or $12.95 or something like that. Get one with a sharp point. Don't get one with a dual point. Get one that's good quality made. This is made in America. Don't buy a cheap one like that. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you've learned something.